Hey everyone, it's Wowman, and in today's episode, I did want to take things a little bit back because we recently hit a very substantial milestone on the channel. Wow. Oh, it's really nice. Holy. This is crazy. We actually reached 100,000 subscribers, which is honestly very insane, and I'm so incredibly grateful that you guys are watching and spending some time here. So in honor of that beautiful milestone, thanks to you guys, I did want to answer a bit of some Q&A questions. I put out a community post on YouTube, and then I also tweeted about it, and then I also asked my beautiful patrons for some questions as well. So we're just going to be going through a few of those, because I feel like we've been together for quite some time now, and I think I owe it to you guys to, answer a little bit of Q&A. I think it'll be fun. Yeah, I tried filming this the other day, but I felt incredibly anxious. So this is the second time that I'm filming this because I feel a lot better. So that's always great. So first we're going to be going through the patrons questions. First up on the patrons questions is Phantom. What's your number one favorite series / piece of media you've discussed on your channel? I think that would have to be Harmony and Horror, just because that series holds a very special place in my heart. It was, I think, the first analog horror series that I ever covered, and I've still been covering it ever since that first installment that I made on it. I think that was almost 2 years ago now.
Cream Man comes into the room and devours Martin. These are the same noises heard by the Ice Cream Man in I Want a Toy.
Next one from Swaggy Shaggy. What motivated you to start YouTube and focus on horror? And what's your Zodiac sign? Congrats on 100K, you deserve it. Thank you so much, Swaggy. So what motivated me to start YouTube? I've always kind of wanted to do YouTube ever since I was a kid in elementary school. I remember I wanted to do Lego animation videos because that's what I would watch on YouTube at the time. So yeah, I definitely always wanted to do YouTube. It's always just you're a kid and you're you want to be on the internet, and it seems so fun. You're watching all these gaming channels and stuff. It was definitely a time growing up. But what made me start to focus on horror, it was definitely the first video that I did. I did a video on an animation called The Sad Man. I remember just watching it, and I looked up for an explained video on the animation, and there was none. So I thought that I would take this video, break it down, and give my own interpretation of what I thought was happening in the video. And that ended up being my first introduction into kind of that horror analog, kind of explanation side of YouTube. And the video was really fun to make, and it was one of my first videos that actually got a bit of attention. So I kind of just followed that because, one, it was fun and great to make, and two, it did well. As for my Zodiac sign, I am a Gemini, which is people do not like that, but it's fine, I guess. Some people think it's really cool, and some people just oh. Next question from Mystic Plague. When you started your channel, did you think you would be able to grow into where you are now? Definitely not. I kind of thought this was going to be a thing that I would stop maybe during college, because I'd be super busy and stuff, because I started the YouTube channel in high school when I was 16. I am 21 now, for those of you wondering. But I'm very glad that it became so much more than that, because now I can do this as a full-time thing, thanks to you guys, which is incredible. So no, when I first started, I definitely did not think I would ever reach this point. Nonetheless, actually get a YouTube play button. I think a lot of small creators, it's definitely a huge milestone when you get here. It's very difficult, and I'm very grateful. Yeah, moving on to the scary place that is Twitter. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I'm not super active, just because there's so much stuff on Twitter that is, not stuff I want to start my day with, so I only have it on my computer. First question from Toby Pasta. Toby, you're awesome. His YouTube channel is here. He's a very cool person. Go watch him. Hope I'm not too late, but here's my question. What internet hoax had you fooled? The hoax that had me definitely fooled was the Michael Jackson ghost video. I was very young when that video came out. I actually covered it in old YouTube jump scares video.
Locks on the doors. Miko, privacy was key in this room, obviously.
Yeah, he left his privacy when the doors were open.
It was like a jump scare video that you wouldn't even watch. You would send it to your friends and stuff. But for some reason, I thought it was real. Not the jump scare part, but the ghost part. But yeah, I really thought that they had caught Michael Jackson's ghost on camera, just because, you know, it's there, and like as a kid, you're not as skeptical as you are now. Question from Brian. Speak any other languages? If so, how many? I speak English and Spanish. Question from Migs. What's your dog's name? So I have 2 dogs. I have my dog named Pinto, and I have my dog named Panda. Panda is very old. I think he's around 14. God bless his soul, man. And Pinto, I got him back when I was like 14 years old. He's 7 years old now. So he's pretty much been around my entire life, at least my conscious life. I don't think I had sentience before 14, to be honest. That's an interesting question. When do you think you guys gained your sentience? Because I think I gained mine very late. It's hard to pinpoint because you have memories from when you weren't sentient, but when were you actually sentient? So it's hard to really narrow it down. Let me know when you guys became sentient. Question from Q. What other hobbies do you enjoy besides creating content? I have a few hobbies. I enjoy collecting DVDs. I like to go mountain biking. I enjoy my bit of boba. I need to get my fix every couple days. So I don't know if that's a hobby, but it's definitely something that I do all the time. I also enjoy reading a good book. This is the book that I'm reading right now, The Road by Cormac McCarthy. Very awesome book. Although I'm not too far into it. I think I'm on page 56. Yeah, I haven't had too much time to read, but I definitely love reading. It's very peaceful. But something really cool that I did recently is I got a new 3DS. It's right here, actually. It's so freaking sick. I did something really cool with it. I adjusted it. I adjusted it so I can download things for $0 price dollars. I'm not condoning this behavior, although I am saying that it is incredibly awesome if you do. But yes, highly recommend getting a 3DS. I also enjoy thrifting, although the last 3 times that I went, the thrift store kind of just didn't have anything, so it's been slim pickings recently. Alright, last one for Twitter. Have you ever experienced any creepy/paranormal encounters yourself? So me and my family were in this cabin in the woods. Already creepy enough, right? In this cabin, I think maybe an hour or 2 away from home. Kind of just like in a foresty side of California. I don't remember specifically where. But it was this cabin. It was really creepy, really old. And at night, there were so many bugs that you literally couldn't go outside because the screen doors were infested with bugs, so you could not step outside without getting swarmed or letting this swarm of bugs come inside of the cabin. But that isn't the creepy part. The whole house, I can show some pictures right here. The whole house was just incredibly creepy and just very unsettling. Like as soon as you stepped in, you just kind of felt this like weird kind of, it just felt weird when you were there. There was a chair facing a mirror for no reason in the corner of a room. I think I took a picture of it too. But so we stayed in that house. There were only a couple of rooms. I ended up having to sleep on the couch downstairs while everybody was upstairs. But when I fell asleep that night, it was a rough night because I woke up around 3 a.m. and I swear I saw like this silhouette of a woman at the foot of the couch, just kind of like leaning over me. I couldn't make out any details at all, but it was definitely there. I remember looking at it and was just like, okay, I literally don't know what to do. I looked at it and I just decided no and went to sleep. Okay, let's move on to YouTube because that was a lot. Alright, first question. Is there someone online that inspired you to cover horror related content? Definitely the big ones like Nexpo, Nick Crowley, Matt Pat. I used to watch a lot of Matt Pat when I was a kid. Another YouTuber that I love now, I started watching her I think a year or 2 ago, Hannah the Horrible. She makes really good true crime videos. I'd love to collaborate with her, although I don't think that would work because we cover a lot of different content. Like I stick to more analog horror and just like fictional horror, whereas she covers like actual true crime cases. Would you ever consider writing your own analog horror story? Hope you have a great day. Love your content. Thank you. I hope you have a great day. I don't think I have the creative capabilities to create an entire series, although I think I would be up to attempting it. So, maybe. What was the most disturbing topic that you have come across that left you unsettled? So this was definitely a video called Sock 6 by David Firth. I was in the middle of scripting that video, although it has some really bleak topics going on in that video that made me just not want to cover it at all. It's super disturbing and one of the weirdest things that I've ever seen. The Red Herring did a very good video on it. So if you want to watch that, definitely go check them out. They're a super awesome channel as well. Super disturbing video that I will never be covering. But if you want to watch it, it's there. Congrats on 100k, Wowman. Here's my question. What is your overall opinion on analog horror? Oh, my video cut out. Also, sorry, I look a little rough today. But I really wanted to film this video, so here I am. But yeah, I know a lot of people think that analog horror is kind of like overrated at this point, and I completely disagree. I just think it's a great way for, you know, small creators and just independent filmmakers to make these beautiful pieces of horror. Yeah, I kind of just see it as like this great outlet for, you know, aspiring filmmakers to, you know, create these short films, because, you know, that's what they are at the end of the day. These are short films being created for us. You know, even if they're not like too great, it's still very great practice for, you know, these up and coming creators. So I think it's an awesome thing, and I will always continue to support it. But yeah, it's just a new type of horror that I think is super awesome, because it doesn't take like an entire team to make. You can make one of these on your own, which is simply beautiful. Have you ever felt actual fear while watching stuff for a video? Also, do you watch any analog horror in free time? So I try not to watch analog horror in my free time because it freaks me out and I don't want to get desensitized. So that kind of answers the first one. I always feel fear when I'm covering these videos. Definitely scripting and, you know, just watching the videos themselves is a very intense process. Don't watch these at night because they scare me, and I don't want to have nightmares, because I've had a few because of, you know, some videos that I've covered. The most recent analog horror video that I covered, or series, by Urban Spook, the one that's literally titled The Analog Horror Series That Haunts My Nightmares. So that is true, I did have a nightmare because of it, and it does haunt my nightmares because it's very creepy. Yeah, definitely support this analog horror creator because they're making the most scary things known to man. So yeah. How long does it take to edit your videos? I can tell you put in quite a bit of work in it because it's great. By the way, also your hair is really cool, lol. Thank you. My hair is very difficult at times, and I always am sometimes self-conscious of it because it is weird and just does weird stuff all the time. I think we can all agree that our hair sucks sometimes. But yeah, it usually takes me around, for like a 60-minute video, I think it takes me about 10 hours roughly, I think. I think that's a good estimate depending on, you know, what I'm doing. If it's a longer video, probably like 15 or 16. Question from Christina: being that you graduated early, is YouTube something that you want to pursue full-time or part-time? How has being young and out there successful on YouTube affected you? So I am doing this full-time, which is very sick. Also very stressful though, because YouTube is inconsistent. I've had months where my revenue fluctuates like crazy, so that is very nerve-wracking. Definitely, especially considering, you know, I have to pay rent and buy food and just generally survive. But yeah, even though there's those thoughts going on in your head, it's still like a wonderful opportunity for me to do something like this. I'm doing something that I love, and there's actual people watching this, and, you know, if some people don't like it, that's fine. But I do know that a lot of you support me, and that's incredible, because you're supporting, you know, a channel with, you know, me doing something that I really enjoy doing. So it's great. But yeah, it is funny though, because I have my bachelor's degree next to my YouTube plaque, and it's just funny kind of looking at the contrast of things that I've done. Like I went into business management just because like I didn't know what else to do, and yeah, I ended up doing YouTube, and I don't know where I'll end up in a couple of years. Hopefully still doing this, because this is awesome. How are you today, Wowman? I'm feeling great today, actually. Thank you for asking. How are you doing today? Because I mentioned earlier, I was feeling super anxious when I recorded this last, so I feel really good. That's why I wanted to record this now. And yeah, love you. Why is your name Wowman? Also love your vids. Okay, so this is the whole lore behind the Wowman, and I'm gonna spill it all to you guys right now. And that is, there's absolutely no lore, because the lore is, when I was 16 years old, me and my friend were gonna start this YouTube channel, and I was super determined that I wanted the name for the YouTube channel to be Wowman. Why? I have no idea. I was just a 16-year-old with this name of an idea, and I was like, I want to go with this. That is it. But yeah, my name is Wowman because my 16-year-old self was just had like this weird name in his mind. So yeah, it kind of just stuck, and I like it. It's fun. All right, last question. Do you exist? I do not. I am a figment of your imagination. I only exist in the confines of your phone screen. So if one day you see me in real life, say hi, and I will actually exist. I mean, I'll probably exist to a few of you. I'm sure some of you will see me eventually in real life. I'll just be walking around. You can just say, dude, hey, Wowman. And I'll be like, dude, what's up? And you'll see that I dress like an old man almost all the time. You say, hey, I know that old man, dude. That's not an old man, but he's also a YouTuber. He's super cool, and I just met him. And yeah, I think that will be super cool when eventually that happens. But yeah, the first person to spot me in real life, let's take a picture. I'll buy you a boba. How about that? I'll buy you if you see me on the street and if you're the first person to recognize me, I'll buy you a boba, because that is honestly a feat. You might need to show me this video though, because I probably will forget, unfortunately, and then I'll buy you the boba. Also, a lot of people asking about the Instagram, whether I have one, if I'm gonna make one, and yeah, it's right here, so go follow it. That'll be cool. Also my Twitter and my Patreon, if you feel so inclined. But yeah, that pretty much does it. Thank you so much for your questions. It was super fun answering them, and thank you so much for 100,000. This is a insane milestone that I never thought I would reach, to be honest. Yeah, I'll see you later. Please stay safe. Always let people know where you are. That is very important. The world is pretty dangerous, so yes, please stay safe. And thank you for spending some time with me. It's always super great. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. I have a video coming out tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, bye. Love you.